Think about the first core exercise you ever learned. You lay on your back, yanked on your neck, did 50 sit-ups. Then you flipped over, held a plank until your shoulders shook and your hips sagged. You thought you were building a six-pack. You weren't. You were putting your lower back under the wrong kind of stress, exhausting your shoulders, and getting almost nothing closer to visible, functional abs. Since middle school gym class, you've been taught that sit-ups and planks are the foundation of core training. The truth is more uncomfortable. They stop working far faster than you think. And for most people, they were never giving the results everyone assumed. That's why your stomach looks the same today as it did 6 months ago. And before you say, abs are made in the kitchen, stay with me. That half-truth is one of the biggest reasons people end up lean and still flat. I'm about to break down why both of these exercises have real limitations, the two movements you should be training instead, and one exercise almost nobody does, which is why almost nobody has a truly strong core. Abs aren't made in the kitchen. They're revealed in the kitchen. They're built in the gym. Your six-pack is a muscle. Same as your chest, same as your biceps. If you want bigger biceps, what do? Grab heavier dumbbells, 8 to 12 reps, create mechanical tension. But when most people train abs, they lay on the floor and do 100 bodyweight reps with 0 resistance. Same muscle, completely different logic. Your core doesn't follow different biological rules. Without heavy, progressive tension, the muscle blocks of your six-pack won't grow much. And if they don't grow, they won't push through your skin even at a low body fat percentage. You'll look lean, but flat. That's the trap most people fall into without realizing it. To actually build the muscle, you have to trigger hypertrophy. And that's hard to do with the two most common core exercises. Here's why. Exercise number 1, the sit-up. You anchor your feet. Sit all the way up. Feel a burn. Assume your abs are doing the work. Most of the time, they're barely driving the movement. Your abs have one primary job. Pull your ribcage toward your pelvis. Spinal flexion. That happens in the first few inches of a sit-up. After that, your torso isn't flexing anymore. It's being pulled up by your hip flexors, specifically your psoas, which attaches to your lower spine. Most of a sit-up is a hip flexor movement with a small ab contribution at the start. Here's why that matters. Most people already have tight, overactive hip flexors from sitting in chairs all day. Adding 50 sit-ups on top of that adds to the load your lower spine is already carrying. Think of it like this. Bending a plastic credit card back and forth. It doesn't snap on the first rep, but repeated stress in that direction is exactly what the lumbar spine wasn't designed for. You aren't building a six-pack. You're repeatedly stressing your lower back for minimal return. So sit-ups have real issues. But what about the plank? The exercise everyone agrees is safer and smarter. Here's where it gets interesting. Planks are better than sit-ups. I'll give them that. A plank actually trains your core to do one of its real jobs, resist your spine from bending backward. So when you start planking, you get real results in the first few weeks. The problem is what happens next. The plank is an isometric hold. The muscle holds tension without changing length, and isometric holds are one of the slowest ways to build muscle mass. Imagine you want a bigger chest. You unrack a heavy barbell, lower it halfway, hold it there for 2 minutes, then rack it. Will your chest burn? Yes. Will it grow much? Not really. It didn't stretch. It didn't contract. It just held. That's what you're doing to your abs when you plank. You're holding, not building. And here's what most people don't see. By minute 2 of a long plank, most people's form is gone. Hips sag, lower back arches. They're resting on their shoulders and spine. The core turned off a minute ago. Sound familiar? This is the same trap I covered in the push-ups video. Ego instead of tension. Numbers instead of results. Planks are a starting point, a foundation. Once you can hold a strict plank for 45 to 60 seconds with perfect form, you've gotten most of what they offer. Longer planks don't build bigger abs. They build tolerance for holding a plank longer. If the two most popular core exercises plateau quickly, what actually works? This is where we stop treating the core like an endurance test and start training it like the muscle it is. 3 movements. And the third is the exercise almost nobody trains, which is exactly why almost nobody has a truly strong, functional core. Replace the sit-up with the weighted cable crunch. Go to a cable machine, attach a rope. Kneel down. Lock your hips in place. Don't let them move. Squeeze your glutes. Grab the rope behind your neck and crunch downward. Drive your rib cage toward your pelvis. This is pure, isolated spinal flexion. Hip flexors are largely removed from the equation. Best part? You have a weight stack. Sets of 10 to 15 reps with real resistance. When it gets easy, add weight. That's how muscle grows. Progressive overload. Same principle as every other muscle in your body. Replace the long plank with the ab wheel rollout. Your core is designed for anti-extension, resisting your spine from bending backward under load. Grab an ab wheel, kneel, lock your core, squeeze your glutes. Slowly roll the wheel forward. Gravity pulls your hips toward the floor. Your abs fire hard to prevent your lower back from arching. Roll until you're fully stretched. Use your core to drag yourself back. It takes the anti-extension demand of a plank and adds dynamic movement and leverage. A few strict rollouts give you more core stimulus than a long plank. If you feel it in your lower back, you're losing your brace. Pause. Squeeze your glutes harder. Only go as far as you can without losing position. Earn the range of motion over time. This is the one almost nobody trains, and it's the reason most people have weak cores even when they have visible abs. Attach a resistance band or cable at chest height. Stand sideways to it. Hold the handle at your chest with both hands. Press it straight out. Hold 2 seconds. Pull back. The band wants to twist your torso toward it. Your job is to resist that twist. Your obliques and deep core fire to keep your body straight. That's anti-rotation, the most underrated function of the core, and the one almost nobody trains directly. This is why most people have weak cores even when they have visible abs. They built the muscle, they never built the stability. The Pallof Press fixes that. 3 movements, but there's one programming mistake that can undo all of them, and it's the exact mistake the fitness industry trains you to make. The mistake? Training your abs every day. People hit chest on Monday, back on Tuesday, and then tack on a 10-minute ab circuit at the end of every workout. 7 days a week. You don't train chest every day. You don't train back every day. Why are you training abs every day? Abs are a muscle. They grow when they recover. Train them 2, maybe 3 times a week. Cable crunches, ab wheel rollouts, 3 hard sets each. Take them close to failure. Then leave them alone. Eat your protein. Let them recover. That's when they grow. Abs are revealed in the kitchen, built in the gym. Sit-ups are mostly a hip flexor movement. Limited return for the lower back stress. Planks plateau within weeks. Longer isn't better. Replace them with 3 exercises that actually load the core. Weighted cable crunch for spinal flexion. Ab wheel rollout for anti-extension. Pallof press for anti-rotation. 2 to 3 sessions a week. Heavy, progressive. Then recover. That's the whole playbook. If you want to know exactly how to strip the fat off your stomach so the muscle you're building actually shows, I broke down the 4 boring habits that burn belly fat right here. Watch that next. But hear me on this. You can keep doing the same sit-ups and long planks you've been doing since gym class. You can keep adding reps and wondering why nothing changes. Or you can start training your core like a real muscle. Add weight, progress the load, build something. Stop twitching, start lifting. Your choice. I'll see you in the next one.